I'm just orienting myself to the screen. Just give me 1 second.
Just for ease of administering the hearing, the telephone you see is a telephone in the room. Elia Lopez is in the square. She's next to me. And she is on a computer that belongs to Shalise McKinley. So you're not getting her name, you're getting Shalise's.
Okay.
And then Ricky is an observer for Dominion.
Thank you for the orientation. That's helpful because I was wondering who the caller was, who is identified as call-in user number 2 or call-in user 2, and Ms. Nelson,
That's us.
you're telling me. Okay, great.
That's us.
Okay, so before we get going here, let me just let's just get everything out of the way, and then I'll get to where I need to be. So, good morning. We're here today on the complaint of and the expedited hearing request by Kimberly Broadbent in docket number 23-057-08. It's about 10 a.m. on Friday, June 23rd, 2023. So we're now on the record, and as I am looking at the screen as oriented helpfully by others, let me just ask, is Ms. Broadbent present? Okay, hearing nothing, let's, I've got to assume and not seeing anything that she's not here. I'd like to give her a few minutes, and why don't we temporarily adjourn until 10 after 10. Court reporter, I lost the court reporter file.
Sorry, no, I'm here. I just was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So court reporter, if you'll just note that we will take a break from 10:03 to 10:10. And if we can reconvene back here at 10:10, we'll see where we stand. And at that point, we'll take appearances and proceed accordingly.
Thank you.
Okay, we're adjourned for 7 minutes. Thank you. Okay, hello again. Let's go back on the record. So we're back on the record on the complaint and expedited hearing request by Kimberly Broadbent and docket number 23057-08. It's now 10:10 a.m. Friday, June 23rd, 2003. Ms. Broadbent's complaint was submitted to the Public Service Commission on Friday, June 9th, 2023. On that same day, the PSC issued a notice of filing of the complaint and an expedited virtual hearing notice, which was scheduled for today at 10 a.m. That notice was sent to, among others, Ms. Broadbent via email at the email address that was provided along with the complaint that was submitted. The notice was also sent to Ms. Broadbent by U.S. mail, also at the physical address that was provided by Ms. Broadbent in the complaint. We have, during the break, I checked with people in our office and we have no indication. Oh, let me back up. That notice provided a link, a WebEx link for purposes of this hearing, and also an alternative route to join us, which was a telephone call-in number. I've checked with my office and nobody has received any indication from Ms. Broadbent that she's had any trouble trying to access the WebEx link or the WebEx platform, or that she's having a problem with calling in as the alternate mechanism to join us. So with that being said, let me ask one last time, Ms. Broadbent, are you with us? Okay, hearing nothing, I do see two new people on the tiles. So why don't we take appearances, and if we can start with Dominion, and then we'll go from there.
Thanks. I'm Jennifer Clark. I'm counsel for Dominion Energy. I have with me Elia Lopez, who will be serving as Dominion's witness today. There are others that you can see online from Dominion that are simply observers.
Okay. Okay, I see two other folks with the Division of Public Utilities like to make their appearance.
This is Brenda Salter with the Division of Public Utilities. I'm just here to listen in and observe.
Good morning. Thank you. Office of Consumer Services.
Yeah, good morning. This is Bela Vostok. I'm with the Utah Office of Consumer Services, and I am also here just observing, following this case, not participating. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, well, we received Dominion's response to the complaint, and that response was filed yesterday along with a number of supporting exhibits. The response, I think, is very straightforward and self-explanatory. It does request at the end the dismissal of this complaint. We haven't gotten a response from Ms. Broadbent, or a reply, pardon me, to Dominion's response, and Ms. Broadbent not being here to reply during the hearing to Dominion's response and request. From my understanding of the response, from how it's presented, it appears that the matter has been resolved, at least as initially complained about. I think there's submissions that do support that conclusion. I do want your witness to walk through whatever, Ms. Clark, you'd like your witness to walk through so that we are on the record.
Sure.
And then I will ask the division or the office if they have any comments or response. So why don't we proceed that way?
Okay.
I think it would be helpful if we just, I think to be safe, we have a court reporter here. Let's swear your witness and do it that way.
Thank you.
Court reporter, if you will swear the witness that Ms. Clark calls.
I apologize. I'm used to the presiding officer doing it, but I'm happy to do it.
Thank
All
you.
right, and it's Ms. Lopez, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you please raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Lopez, can you please state and spell your full name?
Elia Lopez, E-L-I-A-L-O-P-E-Z.
And can you state your business address and identify your employer?
Dominion Energy, I believe our street address is 1120 West, 200 South in Salt Lake City.
Thank you. And what position do you hold with Dominion Energy?
My title is Customer Relations and Energy Assistance Specialist.
Ms. Lopez, are you familiar with the customer complaint that brings us here today?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the written response to that complaint?
Yes.
And do you adopt the contents of that response as your testimony today?
Yes.
The company would just move for the admission of the Dominion Energy Utah's written response to the complaint as Ms. Lopez's testimony.
Thank you very much. Any objections from the office or the division? Okay, there being no objections, the testimony, it's admitted. Your motion's granted.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Lopez is available for any questions you may have, and the company relies on the statement that is set forth in the pleading.
Thank you very much. Does the office or the division have any questions for Ms. Lopez regarding the submission?
Nothing from the division, thanks.
Thank you.
And nothing from the office either. Thank you.
Thank you. I have no questions.
The company has nothing further.
Okay. Thank you very much. Does the division have anything that they'd like to address while they're on this hearing?
Not at this time, thank you.
Thank you. And the same question to the office. Does the Office of Consumer Services have anything relating to this complaint that it would like to address while we're on this hearing?
No, we don't. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to everybody. I have nothing further. We will take the testimony and the submission under advisement and issue an order shortly. It's now 10:18 a.m. I want to ask one more time, Ms. Broadbent, are you with us? Hearing nothing in the affirmative, we will adjourn. Thank you very much.
Thank you.